Hey, we've got a couple really cool updates, a couple updates that I've been waiting a long time for. You are not going to want to miss this week's weekly breakdown coming up right now. Hey, what's up, guys? It's Michael McAllister with Empower LO. We are keeping it short and sweet this week with a couple really exciting updates. Like I said in the intro, ones that I've been waiting for personally for a while now. So, number one, the first one is that we now have the ability to interact with custom values via a math operation. So, for those of you guys that don't know the difference between a custom value and a custom field, a custom value is something that stays the same for the entire account no matter what contact you're no matter what contact you're working with. Okay, so if we go into custom values, typically we're going to use custom values for things like links that we want to share that might change over time, colors, right? Color code, hex keys for color code, to be able to swap out colors in a funnel. Lots of different stuff that you can use custom values for. One of the things that we've been using custom values for with some of our enterprise client is a round robin, being able to do round robins across different sub accounts. And one of the drawbacks of doing it that way has been that we couldn't use a math operation to interact with the custom value. So we had to do the math operation outside of the custom value and then put it back in there. I added a couple extra steps that were just completely unnecessary. This was literally something I was dealing with like a week ago. So now we have the ability when you come in here, if you didn't know, I'll just show you. Math operation, you can use a math operation to interact with date fields, with custom fields, and now with custom values as well. It's going to detect whether or not this is a field that you can do a math operation with. So for example, if it's blank, then it's going to assume that you can do a math operation. It's going to treat that as 0. But other than that, if it has any sort of text in it that is not a number, it's not going to let you interact with it via the math operation because it's not math, right? But so for any of these that do have, that are highlighted like this, you can now add numbers, subtract, multiply, divide, etc., and then update that very same field right there. So you can increment by 1, for example, for each appointment that you book in a month or for each closing that you get. So you can put on your scorecard the number of closings that you have and stay motivated against your goals, stuff like that. Really, really cool and exciting that this is now inside of our accounts. All right, next up, another really exciting update, one that is long overdue in my opinion. This is something that a lot of our clients, specifically ones that are doing consumer direct, have asked for a long time. Phone numbers are kind of tricky to manage inside of HighLevel, and one of the things that can be frustrating about managing phone numbers inside of HighLevel, especially if you have multiple users in your account, multiple loan officers in your account, is that when you send out text messages via an automation before, the phone number that was used was going to be based on which phone number, who was the phone number, what is the phone number of the person that was assigned to that contact. So if you have a user, this contact is assigned to a user, you're sending a workflow out, you may want to send that from like a company-wide number, a team number or something like that. Instead, it was always going to send from who that lead was assigned to. Kind of a pain in the butt. Really exciting that we now have the ability to specify this. This is in labs. You have to enable it in labs. They say it's going to go live in 5 days. One thing that I was looking for in here was whether or not we could define this at the text message level. It looks like it's not able to be done at the text message level yet. I expect that that's something that's going to be fixed relatively quickly. For now, you just define it at the entire workflow level, which is a big improvement over where we were at before. All right, lastly, this is more for us than anything. We're pretty excited about this. You now have the ability to grant private channel access and revoke private channel access, as well as trigger off of granting and revoking of private channel access, all pertaining to the communities inside of HighLevel. So for example, right, we've got one of our corporate clients. We want to add all of their loan officers to the private channel that is assigned for them, right? And so before there was no way to do this automatically. Now we can do this inside of workflows. Really, this is just a plug to say, if you're thinking about starting a community, if you're thinking about doing any sort of courses or anything, and you're looking at, for example, School as a platform for doing so. School is a great platform to do to start a community with. However, you can get 90% of the functionality out of a HighLevel account, and then you also have all these other pieces that are going to help you grow your business at the same time. So with that said, guys, that definitely use the HighLevel communities. If you haven't checked it out yet, you should jump in, try and create a course, try and set up a community, and let us know what you think. All right, guys, that is it for this week's weekly breakdown. Now, don't be surprised if we see the updates slow down, kind of like we already have started to see as we get into the end of the month. The end of the month is the HighLevel summit, the annual summit. They're going to announce a ton of new changes at that, but there's almost always a week or two where there's little to no updates taking place. So don't be surprised if that's the case, but be prepared for some major updates coming out of Dallas, Texas, out of that HighLevel summit. Guys, thank you so much for watching the weekly breakdown this week. Stay tuned for next week or the week after. We'll keep you updated. But until then, thanks for watching. We'll see you at the top.